Hello and welcome to another edition of the Rider Baseball pregame show. I'm here with the coach of the Rider Broncs, Coach Barry Davis. And Coach, how are you today?
Doing fine, thanks.
Now, Coach, on Tuesday, Rider faced Lehigh, where Paul Sperano, one of the freshman pitchers for the Broncs, pitched for 3.2 innings, facing 12 batters and letting up 3 runs. How do you feel about his performance?
It was better. I mean, he got behind, walked. I think he walked 5 guys, and that's not something that we want out of our starters at any time. Thought he pitched effectively with no one on once batters got on. Seemed to rush his delivery a little bit, had trouble getting on top. But he'll pitch next week again, and he needs to improve on that. He's aware of that, and hopefully he'll make the adjustments.
So in the 10th inning, Strano hit an RBI walk-off single to score Parsons, and the Broncs beat Lehigh. How did that feel to work through 10 innings and then finally get that win?
Well, we probably shouldn't have won the game. I mean, they had 2 outs, nobody on in the 9th, and we were able to draw a walk, and then Richter's running and locked their hits in the gap. And basically, Nick ran through the stop sign. So, we feel fortunate to have won the game. But I like the way we battled back. I like the way we stayed, within the plan of what we're trying to do, get on base, challenge them. And we were just kind of lucky. It was one of those games that we probably shouldn't have won, and we won.
So going back to, you said Richter ran through the stop sign. Did the coach give him literally stop and he just kept going?
Yeah, he had his hands up, and I looked back to see where the ball was, and then I looked back at third again, and then he just never stopped. And then I wondered if he pulled the stop sign down and waved him. So, but I asked the coach. I asked Lou, and he said he ran right through it. So
does that mean you had to have a talk with Richter after?
No, I didn't have a talk. I think it's just one of those things where he probably felt in his mind, if we don't score here, we may not score again. He just took it into his own hands and did it. I've seen it done before, but I'm glad he did.
So it's one of those things you don't want to take back, but it was a gut call and he made it.
Yeah, don't shoot it. Good, he made it. One of those things in basketball type thing. So.
So today you'll be taking on Iona, another conference team. What will you guys do to beat a team like Iona?
Well, they have 2 very quality pitchers. First name is Billy Mayer, I believe, is the first guy that comes out, and then Mariano Rivera's son pitches game 2, and he's really developed the last couple of years. He's a junior now. Both those guys will be very tough. They will come at you. They have velocity. They have secondary pitches. We're just going to have to battle. The 9-inning game is going to be. It's 9 innings is 9 innings. We have to stay in the ball game, through the first 5 or 6, and try to stay close. Try to maybe get to their bullpen and win it late. You just never know with baseball, but I know that these guys are pretty good, and they pitched well against us last year, so we know we're in for a major challenge this weekend.
So with a team that's in the conference, do you approach this in any different way than a normal game?
Well, they're the games, like I said earlier, probably it's in another show, that these are the games that are going to take you where you want to go. So if we want to make the tournament, we have to win the games, win the series, at the very least. I mean, we're 6-3 now. Winning the series is the goal every weekend. If you do that, you're going to make the tournament. The approach is different because, one, you're pitching your 3 best guys. You're saving your pitchers through the week, getting them ready for these games. These are the most important games. The midweek games are great. We want to win. They're games to develop players, get players in that maybe aren't playing as much. Pitchers can be developed like Paul and C.J. Hershey, who are freshmen. But these are the games that count, and these are the ones that the emphasis is placed on, and these are the ones we need to win.
So do you already know who will be pitching games 1, 2, and 3 this weekend?
It'll be this we're going to make a little bit of a change. We're going to go game 1 will be Zach Mawson. He's been the game 1 guy all year. We're going to move Nick Margavagis from the Sunday game into the Saturday game, the second game, the 7th-inning game, and we're going to push Kurt back to Sunday's game.
But how does it feel to lose a player like Aiello?
Well, we haven't played with him since St. John's, and even then he only pitched into the 3rd inning. So the last real weekend we've had him. I mean, I can't even recall the weekend we got rained out against Siena. So really, he hasn't thrown since maybe Duke. Duke or Kent State. He pitched against Kent State. That was the last time he pitched. It hurts because he's a guy that can go out and win a game for you, keep you in the game. He did it against Duke. He did it against Kent State. He pitched well against Campbell when he pitched. I think he pitched that particular ball game. No, he's been really good, so it's a definite blow to our staff. But he's out for the year, and we'll just move on to the next guy.
So thank you very much, Coach, again for coming. And when we come back, you'll hear Riders lineups after these underwriting announcements only on 107.7 The Bronc and 107.7thebronc.com.